Welcome to Third Estate News. I'm Bonnie.
And I'm Megan. Today with the inside juicy scoop on the ongoing revolution here in France.
For those of you out of the loop, a monarchy has been viciously ruling over France for centuries, but now is threatened by the Third Estate, including the Sans-Culottes. Currently, French society is made up of 3 estates.
Okay, so here's the down low. The First Estate is 1% of the population and consists of the Roman Catholic clergy. The Second Estate is 2% of the population and consists of the nobility. They don't even have to pay taxes. To make it worse, 97% of the population is the Third Estate, anywhere from lawyers to peasants. They have to pay all the taxes and get no say in the government.
Here at Third Estate News, we fully support this revolution because we're part of the Third Estate. It sucks having to pay all these heavy taxes.
The only reason we have to pay these taxes is because of the nobles' debt. They shipped all their money overseas to help the American Revolution, but they're still spending lavishly.
Especially that Queen Marie Antoinette from stupid Austria. No one in France likes her. And while most people are wearing rags, she's partying it up at Versailles.
I'll tell you what, if King Louis XVI really wants to help his country, he should get rid of Marie.
Gossip alert! King Louis gained the crown when he was only 16. Even though he's not a cruel king, he couldn't make a decision if his life depended on it.
Yeah, he's kind of shy. The National Assembly really pushed him around.
When the Estates General, an assembly consisting of representatives from each estate, met in 1789, the Third Estate went ahead and proclaimed itself a legislature called the National Assembly. The king was so mad at them, he kicked them out of the meeting.
So far, the National Assembly eliminated the First Estate's legal privileges and all the feudal dues the peasants owed. They sold the church lands to lower national debt and turned the clergy into public employees. Also, the National Assembly broke off into the Legislative Assembly.
In other gossipy news, an angry mob of people has stormed the prison Bastille in Paris. Reportedly, the people only wanted the prison's weapons for protection.
If they only wanted weapons, it doesn't make sense why the mob killed the commander and put his head on a stick. And now to commercials.
Hey there, you've heard of Olympia de Gouges, haven't you? What, you haven't? Well, she's the genius behind the Declaration of Rights of Women and Female Citizens. That promotes women's rights in the revolution. Now she has her own food, female chewy bars. Don't eat those male chewy bars.
Sugar and spice and everything nice.
I am Olympia Gouges and I approve this product.
It wasn't even good.
Oh, we're back.
Oh, radicals indeed.
So anyway, we got the scoop on the heroes
Or psychopaths. Give an interview.
of the revolution. Our sources say that Danton is in cohorts with the Jacobins and spreading terror. The public loves him, but he is becoming increasingly violent.
It's scandalous. He's all into forcefulness and blood, and even the Third Estate is beginning to think it's sketch. He's even claiming to be on the Third Estate's side and that he wants to end the old regime, which I personally agree with, but then he just goes off and kills everyone, even on the Third Estate side. Not cool, bro.
Seriously, and Robespierre's got his share of radicalness, especially for a leader of the Third Estate claiming to want to help. Word's going around that the Legislative Assembly is going to vote itself out and give power to the National Convention, which Robespierre wants to lead. I hear he's got some pretty bloody ideas.
Rumor has it that he's even turning on the leaders of the Third Estate.
I heard that Robespierre is even after Danton. Crazy, right? I see the guillotine in use in the future. Aren't all those guys just obsessed with that killing machine?
Speaking of the guillotine, Olympia Gouges is making a fool of herself, and I see a shiny metal decapitator in her future.
Can you believe she actually wrote a female version of the Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen? She's insane about women's rights. She's presented to the new government and they obviously don't like it.
She needs to chill.
Seriously.
And now to Shanika with an exclusive interview with another radical leader of the Third Estate, exclusive to 30 News.
Okay, so here with us today we have the very own Jean-Paul Marat.
Thanks, Maggie. It's great to be here.
So, we all know you're a huge supporter of the French Revolution and the people behind it, but what was your position before the revolution?
Yeah, well, before the revolution, I was a court physician for the aristocracy, and even back then, I was a huge supporter for equal rights for all people, and I published a few books, but they didn't get much publicity. When the French Revolution began, I quit my job as a physician and became a journalist, speaking out for people who don't have a voice.
Oh, so what about the sans-culottes? I've heard you've been working with them recently.
Yeah, the sans-culottes are furious, and rightly so, because they don't have a say in the government at all. I can totally relate to that. As a kid, being one of 9, it was really hard to get my voice out and be heard. I guess it's just carried through my whole life, and I just want to help people who don't have a say.
So you really are a friend of the people, aren't you?
I guess you could say that, yeah.
So I've heard that you have been criticized by none other than King Louis XVI himself. And you've had to go into hiding recently. Like, how has that affected your writing?
Yeah, in fact, it was just 2 months ago that I had to be hiding in the sewers under Paris, which wasn't very nice. It doesn't really affect my writing at all, and it really just enforces in my mind that we need to get rid of this ridiculous.
We interrupt this program to alert you all that the 3 radical leaders, Jean-Paul Marat, Danton, and Robespierre, are all on the loose for attempted murder by guillotine. Marat is wearing a tan jacket, has a scarf on his head, and a 5 o'clock shadow. He is about 5'7". He is very dangerous, and if you see him, don't confront him. Make sure that you call 1-800-I-GOT-MARAT if you hear anything of his whereabouts. That's 1-800-I-GOT-MARAT. Don't worry, our line is completely anonymous. Just remember, if you hear anything about this man, call 1-800-I-GOT-MARAT.
Well, that was, awkward.
Well, looks like we've been hacked by the crown, but everything's okay now. And Mr. Marat here, he's only trying to help the people that need it, and he's doing a great job at it.
Thanks for those kind words, Maggie. My only ambition is to help the people. I don't want position or pension. This is just another of the government's sly ways of trying to keep people from causing trouble.
Well, it's been a pleasure chatting with you today. You better go lie low, and don't worry, we won't tell anything.
Thanks, that's such a relief. I hope you don't get into trouble because of me.
Oh, don't worry. We all love you and your efforts.
Thank you, Maggie. Today I have the forecast 24-hour outlook from Magazine magazines, and it's going to be a great day for Marie Antoinette's beheading. It's going to be high 65 and 50 summer weather. Yeah, time to break out the parasols and the top hats and other things that you wear when it's nice outside. And then tonight, not so nice. I think it's going to be 49 or 50. There's a coffin coming in from Germany. Well, that's all. Let's turn it over to Sarah, the police direction. And if you don't have tickets tonight for Antoinette's beheading, then you can get them at our website at www.thenews.driv. That's www.thenews.driv.
Thanks, Barbara. Now, as you can see, a large crowd of people behind me is gathered to see the execution. Now, Marie is largely disliked by her people because she herself is a symbol of wealth and extravagance, which is pretty much everything that the French people hated about their government. Now, this large crowd behind me is made up of the common folk majority. Now, I would expect to see her be let out any minute now, because the atmosphere out here is just heating up quickly.
Off with her head! Kill her! Die!
Oh look, there she comes now. Now, Marie is keeping her word about the letter she sent to her sister. She's really keeping a royal gait, and even shackled at the wrists and dressed as a prisoner, she's still holding her head high. I think this is Marie's way of saying that she's still the queen, if only for a few minutes more. Back to you, Barbara.
And now here's our first victim. Come on. Excuse me, sir, can I ask you just a few questions?
Sure.
Which side are you on? Third estate or old regime?
Third estate.
Interesting. Now, how do you feel about Marie Antoinette partying up at Versailles and spending loads of money?
I want to cut off her head.
Hey, you, can I ask you a few questions?
Sure.
Why did the Parisians storm the Bastille?
To get weapons and to free a few prisoners?
And who's right, the Third Estate or old regime?
The Third Estate?
Oh, I didn't see you there. I was reading this book about guillotines and revolutions and hating the king. Because I'm passionate about this stuff, because I'm part of the Radical Jacobins group, and we just love this stuff. We're mostly consisted of Montagnards or mountains. I don't know who came up with that name. Anyways, the third estate is usually supporting us because we want to keep the revolution going because we're radicals. Hate the king! Woo! If you hate the king, enjoy guillotines and revolutions, you should join today. Jacobins.
Hey you!
Who, me?
Are you running for your life from the French government? You must be an emigre, which means you need great shoes to run away in. Sounds like you need emigre shoes, specifically designed for emigres all over France.
Thanks, Emigre Shoes. You've helped a lot.
I was an emigre once, and without emigre shoes, I wouldn't have been able to run to America. And look, no blisters. Only $14.99.
Okay, an angry mob of people stormed the prison Bastille
No, wait, I
in
didn't have
Paris.
my glasses on.
In Paris! Reportedly, the mob only wanted weapons for protection! But no! They were killing people! It's okay! How it changed because of it.
Well, yeah, well, before the revolution, I was a court physician for the aristocracy.
What?
There seems to be a pumpkin behind the window of a citizen in a pumpkin suit.
That's my cousin. I'm sorry.
Your cousin is ruining our show.
She has problems. I'm sorry. Cut.